Welcome back to the Carpathian countryside for episode 6 with me, MrSealyp. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. It's June 1. My crops aren't ready to harvest yet, but this is one of those, in the interests of transparency. Our oats are growing though, and it's now saying down the bottom there, where are we? We're saying yield potential 125%, expected yield 115. Hey, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. But in other news, I did the baling contract, the one I said I was going to. I've just suddenly realised I didn't do a screenshot of the thing, but it doesn't matter. I was up to about 265 grand, and as we're skipping through towards harvest, because of the loan, I'm losing chunks of money every day. Not massive amounts, about £1.5 grand every day, I think it is, something like that we go through. But what's happened is, if we go into our used vehicle sale, this has come up available, the T088, the Fortschritt, 50% off. So we have it standard. Now it keeps the 50% off, but it will then add on the price if we change configurations. But if we go to that, that's a 25,000 litre. That could eradicate 2 and a bit of our other trailers. The only downside is it doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, and our other ones will daisy chain together. With all three together, we've got 33,300. So it's that thing of, do I get it and just use this instead of daisy chaining trailers together and just do more trips backwards and forwards? But the good thing with this is, once purchased, we do have the option to then change it to a manure spreader and a fertiliser spreader as well. I know we have got a fertiliser spreader, but that's not bad. That's not a bad shout, that. I wasn't going to change anything else, keep everything else the same, but I think if we go for the larger trailer, 13 grand, probably a safe buy, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is grab one of the tractors. I gave everything a bit of a clean and a bit of a... Did I do any? I'm trying to think if I did any TLC. I don't think I did. Actually, you know what we'll do? I'll do what I've been doing. I'm going to keep that one in its bale configuration, because we've been using that one for bringing extra bags of seed, fertiliser, stuff like whatever we needed out. And we'll get rid of those two and swap it out. That sounds like a plan. So, I could take the lorry, but I like these. So I'm going to whiz out, grab those, take these back, grab that. I don't know what I'll get for these two trailers, not very much, but if it's anything towards 13 grand for that trailer, it's alright then. So I'll probably see you now. Well, it depends on how long it's going to take for the oats to grow. It's going to be July or August is the harvest season for the oats. We are going to be improving unemployment prospects, so we're going to be reducing unemployment in the area, one worker at a time, but it's another worker that will be employed. So yeah, what I will be intending doing, I suppose I could do it now while I'm at the store. I'm just thinking there's no point waiting. I was over to the store, we'll do it now. I was going to wait until harvest, but I'm going to get another harvester. I think there's another one available of what we've got already. Fortschritt, there's quite a large Fortschritt presence of vehicles and machinery locally. I'll put my beacon on because we are going a little bit slower than most other traffic. I was thinking of a Fortschritt maybe. I don't know about capacities though. Oh, we can have a look, see what's available. I think the Fortschritt's a bit more expensive. That's why I think I was going to go for another one of the Bizons, because I'm pretty sure the Bizon worked out about 50 grand, 50 to 60 grand. And that will give me 3 of the same triplets. Or yeah, the Fortschritt I'm sure was up around 90. I know it's only 30 grand difference, but 30 grand's 30 grand. And as I said before, it's in stark contrast to Edgewater, where I've just finished selling all the fertiliser I'd stored up, and we're up into the millions now. And we've just got a load of large chicken barns and bought thousands of chickens, and you know, to here where we're kind of scraping by at the moment and still in debt. And each has their merits. I really enjoyed that kind of that freedom of, okay, let's get a load of big chicken barns. Let's get a load of chickens. The feed situation might be a little bit trickier. I think I spent 500 and something, over £500,000 on chickens. Not the barn. The barns are 120 grand each. So I was looking at nearly £1 million all in. Which at the moment, if I was thinking of doing chickens, I mean, it'd be like a tiny little chicken pen, a few chickens just to give me a few eggs. So yeah, I'm enjoying the contrast between the two. Now, at least this time, I've remembered, I'm not talking so much that I've missed my turning. Weird thing I'm finding, first year round, as we went round from August through to the winter, and I kept saying, I've had so many contracts, so much stuff available. Since I did that baling contract in April, there's been that baling contract there. Now, bearing in mind as well, we are in, where are we? Oh, that's one. Up until June 1, which we are in barley harvesting season now, all of that planting, I did not get one single planting contract. Not one. Which has baffled me somewhat, considering, like I say, we were inundated with contracts leading through from August through to Christmas, and then nothing, which I found quite odd. And just looking there as well, let's go up and have a look. Yeah, look, we've got 2 fields that are ready to harvest, and I've got no contracts. Oh, 3 fields. So I could be cracking on with those, making a bit of extra money, maybe getting a bit of crop to one side, but nothing coming up. I don't understand why. Oh well, again, it is what it is. I can't do a lot about it, unfortunately. I mean, we may end up being in a situation, if we don't get any contracts, we will be in that kind of forced no contracts, which will please some people, and it will force me to have to, I don't know what I'll do after that. Why have I not managed to buy much stuff? Right, so let's sell these. What we get from 3594, 3591. That's alright. That's over half the money towards the other one. So, while we're here then, let's go and have a look at our harvester situation. So that's the Bizon we've got already, I think. 5,100 litre, yeah. These are aspirational. We'll be heading towards these at some point. 9,000. Can you imagine 9,000 litres? No, I thought I'd a Fortschritt. Maybe not. Oh well, we'll have to see if one comes available. So yeah, 44 grand. I'm sure the other ones are in standard configuration, I think. I can't remember what the other ones have got, whether they've got choppers or not. Maybe I need to go back and check the other ones before I make any decisions on what I'm going to get on this. There we go. I got there. 54,500 including the header. Header was 9 grand. I just had to go and check and make sure that everything was what configurations I had things in. I'm not sure if I've matched the colours perfectly, but it doesn't matter, it's an extra one. The other ones I inherited, this one I've purchased. So we've got 3 harvesters now. Admittedly, yeah, combined we've got 15,000 litres. Well, I could buy one big harvester that has that capacity, but we don't have the money to, and I don't want to. So I'll get these back over, and I will see you now probably, I would imagine more into August, to get this oat harvest done. Remember, our target is 288,000 litres. That's what we're aiming to get, at least, if we can. I don't know if between now and then I'll get any other contracts pop up. Potentially. Depends what they are. Depends whether I'm going to... I might not. I might. I don't know. If a small one comes up for a fertilising or something like that, I might jump on something just to recover a little bit of the money I'm losing on the loan payments. But yeah, we'll see. So the other thing I've suddenly realised, oh no, I may have made a horrible mistake here. This may only be this size for silage work, in which case I've got rid of 2 trailers at 11,000. And in this one in its standard configuration is 12,000, so I've got rid of 2 and gained 1, which won't work. If this is for silage work only, this size, but the other problem I've got is whether or not the pipe, when it's up, will go over the side of this. I don't know if it will. That didn't even dawn on me. No. Oh, it will. I mean, we're talking just about. It will. Oh, will it? Is there a collision on it? Oh no, we're all right up the side. We've got a little bit of space left, that's alright. A horrible moment of panic. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you at harvest time. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's not outfield, is it? Oh, hang on a minute. Outfield's already harvest. No, it's not. It's July 1, it's just gone 6 o'clock in the morning, I've had breakfast. I told you I'd make it onto the wall. I mean, it's not difficult, I'm pretty much most of the time the only employee here. So of course I'm going to get employee of the month at some point. Massive thank you and shout out to Hydra, Gogglepop, Schultz Modding. A few other people actually sent me pictures after I mentioned it last time with various different pictures of me in the middle, so thank you for that. It's nice to have made it. Okay then, it's time to crack on. As you've already seen, I think, I did do a harvest contract on field 8. There is a cultivating contract that's come up for field 8, but when did you get on with our field? 288,000 is the target. I did mismatch the colours a little bit. Just a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So, oh, the harvest contract I took on, I used their equipment as well. I didn't use mine, so my hours haven't gone up, although this is sitting on 5.2. So we should get done on this harvest a third quicker than we did last time with an extra harvester. What did it take me last time? 3 hours? Maybe 2 this time, I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Just got to remember it's 6:04 now, so I should be done by 8:04, hopefully. Bit of backwards and forwardsing. We are going to take it and sell all of it. Oh, the contract I did as well, I was left with 24,000 litres of barley when I finished the contract, so we've got a little bit of barley stored, but that's all. And I have resisted the urge because a couple of other smaller harvest contracts came up, a cultivating contract, a fertilising contract, and I've avoided doing them. You'd be very proud of me. I've been very good. But this time round, I have to make sure. I always forget. No. Oh, stop it. There we go. That should be what we're in, shouldn't it? We are enabling straw swap because I'm taking the straw off of this time as well. There we go. So whether we bail it or I get myself a forage wagon or whichever, I'm not too sure at the moment, but we are going to be taking the straw off of it. We don't have... How do we have that? I've done so many map tours and things, and trying to remember if we have haylofts on here. I don't think we do. It was Neverland had 2, didn't it? I'll do 2 or 3 runs round, I guess. I've no idea what I was playing. That's weird. Oh, strange swath appearing there. And then if I get the straw off this, because of what the hard baling contracts we've done prior to this, we have got hay, we have got silage, and with this we'll have straw. So we will have the component parts for cows. So we can, if we want to, get cows. We don't have to get them straight away, but we do have the component parts to make Tell Mix ration. That's what I'm thinking, maybe baling. We'll see how we go with this. I'll pay some off the loan. If we can pick up a cheap baler, I might go with this. There's a couple of the square balers I haven't used for a while. There's a Class 1 and a John Deere square baler, and they're like 12 grand a pop, aren't they? They're not very expensive if I recall correctly. We can always grab one of those just to bale it all up. I might do that. So I'll do what I've done before. I will see you in a little while. Once I've got the outsides done, I mean, I suppose I could set off the workers now, up and down, and while they're going up and down, I then come in, do the headlands, and then, because they'll stop short wherever they need to stop short. I'll just get around this this pylon. So every single time I do this field, and potentially, I would like to be able to. The only way we're going to really move forward with this, without going to 3-4 years, if not longer, before we're actually getting anywhere, is buying another field. But field prices aren't that cheap. Just thinking of trying to extend what we've got, We're only, what's this, episode 6? We're only 6 episodes in. I wouldn't have expected to make massive progress at this point normally. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll do a strip round. When I get round towards the farm, I'll go and grab the other harvest. As much as I could be harvesting now while I'm doing this, couldn't I? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go and get the other harvesters on. I'm going to get them going up and down. I'll do what I've done before. I'll move one over, let it run up, and make sure the worker turns that way. And then the next one, I'll get run up and make sure it turns that way. Then they're all doing chunks, and then when one harvester finishes a chunk of ground, I'll leapfrog it over further over, and we'll go from there. And then I'll just go around doing the headlands. So wherever it decides it needs to turn round, I'll mop up the bits in between. Yes, we have a plan. Okay, we're off. Both harvests going. I'm not going to catch him before he gets to the top of the field. So I'll have to jump across and make sure he turns right. He might turn the right way anyway, but I want him to turn right, not left back towards me. And then once I've done a couple of rounds, then I can do this section. We'll get across the field. I mean, this is going to fill up fairly quickly, I think. Am I still catching them the outside? Yeah. I know. I was just going to say, we seem to have field seems to have moved over a little bit. Field seems to have moved over. Yeah, the field moved, not me. definitely the field that moved. Bonnie scuff. It's a nice sight seeing multiple harvesters running. I do like it, and there are all sorts. I mean, the Chris S. Riley S. the Colossus Harvester Pack. When you can harvest, you know, if you've got massive fields and you haven't got a lot of time and you just want to get harvest done, with the right header and the right settings, 43 miles an hour, with an unreal capacity of 150,000 litres or 200,000 litres on the header, on the harvester. You can do a whole field without having to stop, you know, and get it done in a matter of moments. But I like this. Like I said before, it's more authentic, it's more real, you know. Please turn the right way. He's going right way turned actually, I didn't think he would. Just don't get stuck on the railway track. Which way is he going to turn? I'm also going to reverse all the way down the field, that would be an interesting way. I think it's going the wrong way. Yep, bear with me. Run! Leg it! Don't you dare start there. Stop! Woof. Hey, I put myself in danger for you guys. To make sure everything is done how it should be. Watch out for trains. There we go. Just thinking actually, like I said before, what I'll probably do, let's have a look and see what's available here. Oh, we've got a few now, haven't we? Another baling, cultivating. If I borrow the equipment, I do need to get a large cultivator. I said that because I've got the bigger tractor now. Well, how much would it take off me? 3,000. That's a big chunk of money, isn't it? I will borrow the items. That way I can cover my worker fees. So you're going to turn the right way. So you're going to do the same thing. Come on, go the right way. Yes. So you should swing around that way now. Very smartly dressed. Shirt and smart chinos. Get you! The chinos or the white jeans? Wow. That's one fancy worker. Right. So they should carry on going the right way. That one will get hung up in a little while when it gets to the pylon, so I have to go around the pylon and give that a bit of work. So hopefully I can get around a couple of rounds. On the second round I'll go around that pylon. That way it shouldn't get hung up. We're about to find out. I say we're about to. It's audiobook time, people. It's audiobook time. I'll get it a little bit later on. Can't leave that as it is. We have a nearly full grain tank. Of course, it's the wrong way around, isn't it? It's the pipe's going to. I'm thinking this is a fair sized field. I think we're going to get a fair bit of this bale wise, and it's going to be interesting to see with the bales I've got in my bale and pallet storage whether or not it will allow me to go past the 10,000 bale limit. I wish the 200 bale should do. I'm not going to get anywhere at this rate, am I? Right, I'm off to get a trailer. I'll see you later on. Let's see if it takes us 2 hours. Probably. Yes, I made a gaff. For all those of you that were yelling at the screen earlier when I bought the other trailer and got rid of the other two, that larger capacity was silage, forage crops only. I've kept hold of it. It's up at the store. I was going to sell it, but the fact I can change it to silage crop, I can have it as a manure spreader and a fertiliser spreader. I might keep hold of it. Luckily at the store they had a couple of the trailers that I'd already bought. They were only 4,500. Actually, that's not going to work. Is it a little bit tall? Yeah, there's a collision on that pipe. There's definitely a collision on that pipe. There we go. Yeah, so luckily they had a couple in stock, so I've grabbed two more, so 9 grand. I've been looking at other options and there are some larger ones, but the prices are quite high, up sort of 20, 30, 40 grand, even more. To replace these to get a 33,000 litre or more would cost me a fortune. Well, not a fortune, but you know what I mean, on the scale of things at the moment. So what we'll do, yeah, let's extend a little bit further. So I will now see in a little while. Unload the other one and I'll get on with this. Quick update, we're not halfway, I don't think. I've just moved the harvester over there, which is going down. We've done a little bit around the pylon here, so this one should be okay. I haven't even had a chance to get on I don't know if you can see right up in the top corner, I just started doing that cultivating contract, but I'm just trying to keep up with the 3 harvesters in all honesty. I did think about buying a 4th one of these trailers actually, save me having to go backwards and forwards as often, but here's the thing, for some reason, I don't know why I thought that wheat, barley and oat yields were roughly the same. They're not. Oat yields lower generally. The price is higher, which is good. Looking at the pricing, the price is about 50% higher. Where are we? Here we go. So we're looking at, last time we did the wheat harvest we got just over 1,000 at sending it to Selena, so about a grand. The barley's a little bit lower, I don't know, 800s, mid 800s up to 900s again at Selena, but our oats 1.5, well 1,500 at Selena, so 50% increase in price. The question is going to be, will it be a 50% yield difference? We got 288,000 litres last time, so that would have to be 144,000 litres for it to be 50% less yield, and then we would probably end up with about the same sort of money. The reason I've switched over to lorry again as well is just it's a little bit faster going backwards and forwards at 49 miles an hour, as opposed to using the tractor, the bigger tractor, the Kilowatt, at 21 miles an hour. If we get more than 144,000 litres, we're going to make more money. Just for the simple maths of it. I've delivered 66,000 litres, so 2 full lots. We're partway through the next one, which will take us up to 99, and we're not quite halfway, I don't think. So I reckon we're going to do right out of this, you know. I'm looking at probably, because the harvester headers are quite small, 5 metres, our straw swaths are quite close together, so I think what we might do is lease one of the, I've used a couple recently, when we do the baling. I used on Edgewater the trails. No, I didn't. Did I use the trails? Yeah, the trails. We got the Samash Twist, which I think is front mounted, isn't it? Which is fine, but my larger tractor doesn't have a front 3-point link, so I'm thinking trailed windrower with a square baler behind it. That way there'll be less passes up and down. Kind of makes sense, I think, to get those bales done, but I need to get over and get that cultivating job done. And I must have been way off on my time then. We started, what, 6:04? It's now 7:26. and I thought it could take a couple of hours. Maybe it took 4 hours last time. Rather, I don't know why I thought 3. Maybe it was 4 hours. I'm trying to remember what I said last time. Anyway. So the thing is, by the time I get one unloaded, I'm at a point where the next harvest is full, and I'm just not getting a chance to get over on the cultivating. But I thought I'd just give you an update where we're at. We shall see. Just after 9 o'clock, so it took me about 3 hours. I must have got the other time wrong then. Anyway, I've nearly got another full load, just shy of a full load. All 3 harvesters are complete. We've got all the straw to get off the field. I'm going to go to the railroad silo. I'm going to say the work I did, all the prep work, with the precision farming, so the liming, the direct drilling, the fertilising afterwards, to get it all at the levels it should be at to increase our yield. Bearing in mind, as I said earlier, that the oats yield lower, the price is higher. 288,000 was what we got for wheat off this the first time, but I'm sure that it hadn't had anything done to it and there were weeds in amongst it as well, I think. We've got way more off this than I thought we were going to do. I thought if we got 144,000, anywhere up to 200,000, we'd be doing well, because of the yield being lower and that kind of stuff for oats. But, well, you'll see when we've got this put in. I'll show you. By my reckoning, no, we can't. We could be up around 260,000 litres. That only puts us 20,000 litres short of the wheat harvest, and this pays out way more. So we're actually going to do really well out of this. Hey. The cultivating contract I completed, so the money's gone up a little bit, and that's covered to some degree. I mean, it has covered the fees, but it's the fees, the workers' wages fees. So let's get that unloading, and we will switch off the engine, go around, call the train. Let's get this sent off to Selena. If I recall correctly, it was the doorway just to the side of the watering can, so just about here. I've pressed it, we'll see what happens now. So if we then go in and we have a look at, where are we? Yeah, 266,145 litres. And we had 288 of wheat. That's fantastic. So we'll see what we get paid for it all. We're going to sell all of it. I'm thinking pay 200,000 off the loan, so that'd be 300,000. Yeah, what did I pay off last time? Just 100,000, didn't I? Yeah. So it'd be 300,000 of the 500,000 debt, 500,000 debt. We've eaten into it a big old chunk. And then I'm going to whiz over to the store. We're going to get that rear windrower. We'll get the square baler, and always out. I'll make a start on doing the bales. We'll probably finish off the bales in the next episode. I'm going to set it on the largest size possible, 240cm bales, so we'll get more product per bale, because I don't know how we're going to go with regard to bale limits and that kind of thing. So we'll do the best we can with what we've got, and then we'll have to sort out. I guess I could use the telehandler. I mean, I could use an auto stack, but they're quite expensive. We've got the telehandler at the store that we could borrow. If I get a bale spike, potentially. Also thinking something I haven't used for quite a while is the 4-stack. Well, that's the multi-pack, isn't it? Like the small bales, though, doesn't it? That doesn't do the yeah, the 4-stack. The move not to whiz around the field. Yeah, it goes up to 240cm. Go around the field, stacking them into 3s, and then I can come round with the telehandler to load onto a trailer. We've only got a fairly small trailer at the moment as well. Let's have a look and see. Oh, I did call the train. That's cool. That's good to know. What am I doing? Used vehicle sales. Ah, okay. I might just lease one though. I don't think I want to buy one. Do I? No, probably not. So, we've been here before. Let's open that up. Whoa, you need to go inside it. Whoa. So the question is, I don't think I can get as far out on the next one. Switch to that one. Last 86 into there. Okay. Exciting times. So I'm still deciding what to do now, whether or not to skip ahead through to the next one, like do all the prep, decide. I don't know what to do now about the next crop to put in it. I was very curious because I missed the harvest, if you recall last time round. If we go to our, if we just literally go from now, July, August, then September, we can put wheat back in the ground. I missed it. If you remember last year, I jumped into November and realised I hadn't put wheat in the ground. I honestly, that OCD part of me thinking, should I pick another crop? What I might do though is, I don't know, but if I'll be able to between now and then, maybe lease a harvester for next year. I don't know, something bigger. But I really want to see if I do everything the field requires to put wheat back in it, because I want to see how much more than 288,000. I know as far as this goes, we've done way better than I thought we were going to. So as far as oats goes, I wasn't expecting to get this much. Like I said, I had made that mistake early on, that I in my head I thought it yielded similar to wheat and barley, but it doesn't. It is definitely lower. But because of what we did to the field, we've ended up with a fair bit. I want to do a like-for-like wheat harvest. I won't take the straw off it. We'll see how many bales we get. I think we'll get plenty of bales. Actually, to be fair, I probably want to get some cows underway as well, maybe. Let's have some animals going. It makes skipping ahead a little bit hard if we've got to keep them fed, but although we don't have a mixer, we've got a pig food mixer, we haven't got one for cows, have we? Let's see, shall we? Yes, we want to sell it. Oh, 419,000? We'll take that. Oh, that's absolutely spot on. Well, that was worth absolutely every second, every moment, every bit of time that it took to do for that sort of money. That was absolutely fantastic. Right, what we're going to do then, let's go down to here and let's pay off 200,000, which will leave me with more than I thought we were going to have. So we're going to get this right down to... Oh, I've gone too far. I could technically... No, I need to keep hold of some money. I'm going to walk back over. Actually, I'm going to walk to the store. At least the couple of bits we want to get. I need to bring the lorry back. I'm going to need to take the harvesters back and do a little bit of work on them. Whoa! Take a bit of work on them. But, oh, the other thing I've done, I bought the motorbike up. I'm going to get myself an electric bike. You know that one that came out, the Volcano? I really like that. So I'm going to trade in my, I mean, he says having bought a third harvester. Doing my bit for the environment. Get an electric bike, but a third harvester. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Field prices, I'm thinking, should I invest in a bigger field? Not a bigger field, sorry, another field. But in all honesty, what's growing? Okay, so I mean, would I be better off buying a field that's got a crop in it? What's that got in it? Canola? Maybe. I mean, whatever I get's better than not. How much is that one? 306 grand. That's fairly small as well. How much is field 7? 217. Field prices are insane. That's going to eat into so much of our money. I just don't know what to do now. I could get a small field, but then you think to yourself, okay, all right. Yes, I'm gaining more ground. We did start off with a fair size field, in all honesty, but I just don't know now whether or not it's going to be, no, I don't know, cost effective. I'm almost thinking of buying a plot of land and doing a bit of forestry to get some extra money coming in during the winter, maybe. I don't know what lumber will pay, but I don't know. I'm just trying to work out the best thing to do at the moment. We'll sell that. Let's get rid of it. Why is that not showing? That's mine. Any more of these weird things going on? Okay, why is that not showing? Oh, what is happening? Please say it's owned by me. Yeah, it's definitely owned by me. That tractor's still sitting out there as well. That big John Deere. No one came to claim it. So what we're going to do then, we are going to go to balers, and I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to lease it. The big pack 120/80. It's 12 grand to buy, so I could buy it. We'll just get it standard. I'm not too bothered about anything over and above. I'm not bothered about a license plate though. So leasing, that's going to cost 612. That's a no-brainer. And then we want, what do we want? Windrow. And we'll go for, now, do I go bigger? What horsepower is that? Oh, 350 horsepower. Oh, I've only got 290. I thought that would be fine. Oh no, no, that's on maximum, isn't it? So it's 150 horsepower at the moment. 180, 240. What width is that? 16 metres. Wow, okay. That might make life a little bit easier, mightn't it? Leave everything else the same. Work lights, yes. I'm going to change the colour of that though. It's quite bright, isn't it? Let's leave it white. How much is that to lease? 3 grand. But the amount of bales we'll get. Excellent. I don't understand this. Why is that not? I'm not missing something obvious, am I? Right, so I'm going to get the all my vehicles and machinery and stuff sorted out, taken back to where it needs to be, and I'll make a start on getting that baling done. Like I say, I've left this here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, whether we're going to keep it and then we could use it for fertilising or muck spreading or for silage work, or I don't know. But wow, that is big, isn't it? Oh, hang on, I've just suddenly realised. Am I going to have enough horsepower to run that and that? And will that run a PTO? Oh yeah, it's got a PTO on it, hasn't it? Yeah, so we can run that off the back of that. Okay, right. Yeah, so in a bit I'm going to go and move all my stuff back, take the lorry back. And, well, that was eventful and worked out way better than I thought. So, extra machine, quicker harvest? I think it was a quicker harvest. Quicker harvest, more money, result. Do I put wheat in it and see how much more I get than 288,000? I am almost inclined to do that, but I'm also aware that I'm doing the same crops over and over again. So, I don't know. That's just my own personal. I'm just very, very curious. I haven't really done much testing with regard to the varying things we can do to a field and how that. I know it does affect yield, of course it does, but I haven't really drilled down into the the actual nuts and bolts of it. You just kind of take it as read that if you add fertiliser, you're going to get a better yield. If you do the things it says, if you mulch, we didn't mulch this year, or did we? Oh, I can't remember. Can't remember. Equipment has been returned, I am hooked up and I'm good to go. I guess this is where we find out whether I've overextended my horsepower requirements. Again, it's fairly flat, but sometimes you just get a message saying not enough horsepower, so I don't know. And this is literally, I'm just going to start this off. Next episode will be finishing off, finding how many bales we're going to get. I'm feeling manual. I'm in a manual kind of mood, so I'm thinking, I'll do what I said. Use the 4-stack, and then collect them up. And if I change my 3 small trailers into the bale trailer configuration, I've technically got one big trailer all this in small parts. We're set on 240 centimetre bales. Beacon's off. I'll go on the outside first. That file's open now. Oh, okay. That's crazy. Turn that on, drop that down. Then turn that on, drop that down. We are open for business. Let's do it. We've got a bit of movement because it's an articulated tractor, but it's working. Like I said, I've got it set as big as I can, because we need the bales to be as big as possible. That's not really turning yet, is it? Come on, come on, come on, mind that telegraph pole. Oh, come on, just pull past it, Just give it a bit more, give it some more beams. Any bits I miss, I'll come and pick up, don't worry. Yeah, it's that articulation, isn't it? I'll straighten it up a little bit. That's better. Cool. So, with that, second harvest on this field complete. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. Oh, I can probably get 4 in here, can't I? Come on, maybe. Yes, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Whether to put wheat in it or something else. But regardless, we are done. We've made a tidy bit of money. I'm going to go back and check when I edit, because I'm sure I paid off 200,000. And now I'm looking at my money and thinking, did I? Or did I only pay off? No, we had 690 something. I'm sure we did. Anyway, regardless, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.